rabbit, in the heart of a sunderpolled forest, nestled beneath the sprawling roots of a giant fir tree, lived a family of rabbits. There was Mrs. Rabbit and her 4 little ones, Flopsy, Mopsy, Cottontail, and Peter. It was a beautiful spring morning, the kind where the air smells of fresh earth and blooming flowers. The birds were singing their cheeriest songs, and a gentle breeze rustled the new leaves on the trees. Mrs. Rabbit, tying on her bonnet and grabbing her basket, gathered her children. "Now, my dears," she said, her voice both firm and loving, "you may go into the fields or down the lane, but whatever you do, don't go into Mr. McGregor's garden. Your father had an accident there. He was put in a pie by Mrs. McGregor." This serious warning made Flopsy, Mopsy, and Cottontail shiver. They were good little bunnies who always listened to their mother. They promised to be careful and hopped off down the lane to gather blackberries, their white tails bobbing like fluffy cotton balls. But Peter was different. He was a mischievous little rabbit with a very adventurous spirit. The thought of Mr. McGregor's garden, filled with all sorts of delicious vegetables, was just too tempting to resist. While his sisters were busy, Peter looked around, made sure his mother was out of sight on her way to the baker's, and with a twitch of his nose, he decided the forbidden garden was calling his name. He scurried along, his heart thumping with a mix of fear and excitement. He didn't go down the lane. Instead, he took a shortcut through the woods, his ears alert for any sound. Soon, he reached the wooden fence that surrounded Mr. McGregor's property. It looked very tall, but Peter was determined. He searched and searched until he found a tiny gap under the gate, just big enough for a little rabbit to squeeze through. With a wiggle and a squirm, he was in. Oh, what a sight! The garden was a paradise. Rows upon rows of crisp green lettuces, bunches of bright orange carrots peeking out from the soil, and the radishes. They were so red and round, glistening with morning dew. Peter forgot all about his mother's warning. His only thought was of the feast that lay before him. First, he nibbled on some lettuce. It was so fresh and crunchy. Then he found the French beans, and he ate those too. After that, he went looking for the radishes. He pulled one from the ground, its little white root trailing behind it. He sat up on his hind legs, holding the radish in his paws, and took a big bite. It was peppery and sweet, the best radish he had ever tasted. He ate another and another until his little tummy was quite full. Feeling a bit too full, Peter decided to explore further. He hopped past the cucumber frames and towards a small tool shed. He thought he might find some parsley, but as he rounded a corner, who should he see but Mr. McGregor himself? The old gardener was on his hands and knees, planting young cabbages. But then he suddenly stood up, and his eyes fell upon a small brown rabbit in a little blue jacket with brass buttons. "Peter, stop, thief!" shouted Mr. McGregor, grabbing a rake and scrambling to his feet. Peter had never been so frightened in his life. He turned and ran as fast as his little legs could carry him, though he had no idea which way to go. The garden, which had seemed like a paradise just moments ago, was now a terrifying maze. He darted between cabbage patches and under gooseberry nets, with Mr. McGregor close behind, waving his rake and shouting. In his panic, Peter lost one of his shoes among the cabbages and the other among the potatoes. Without his shoes, he could run faster on his four legs, but he was still terrified. He wished he had listened to his mother. He darted towards the tool shed, hoping to hide. He leaped straight into a watering can that was half full of cold water. It was a dreadful shock, but Mr. McGregor was getting closer. He squeezed out of the watering can, dripping wet, and scrambled out of a tiny window, knocking over 3 flower pots. The window was too small for Mr. McGregor, who was now quite tired of chasing the little rabbit. He decided to just wait and watch from a distance. Peter sat down to rest, trembling and out of breath. He was wet, shoeless, and completely lost. He started to cry big, sad rabbit tears. He needed to find the gate, but which way was it? After a few moments, he heard the scratch, scratch, scritch of a hoe. It was Mr. McGregor hoeing his onions. His back was turned towards Peter. This was his chance. Peter tiptoed past him, moving as quietly as a shadow. He saw the gate in the distance, but his path was blocked by a large net stretched over a currant bush. In his haste to get through, his beautiful blue jacket, the one with the shiny brass buttons, got caught on the netting. He wriggled and pulled, but it was stuck fast. He had to leave it behind. Naked without his jacket, Peter ran on, diving into the tool shed once more and hiding among the flower pots. It would have been a perfect hiding spot if it wasn't for the mice who lived there. They were busy carrying peas to their families, and they couldn't help him. One of them even offered him a pea, but Peter was too upset to eat. He just wanted to go home. He crept out of the shed and climbed onto a wheelbarrow to get a better view. He could see Mr. McGregor near the entrance, but he also saw the gate. He jumped down and ran as fast as he could, slipping right under the gate, just as Mr. McGregor spotted him again. He was free at last. Peter didn't stop running until he reached the big fir tree. He was safe. He flopped down on the soft, sandy floor of the rabbit hole, exhausted but relieved. His mother was home, and she was very worried. She wondered what had happened to his clothes, his second little jacket and pair of shoes in a fortnight. Peter was too tired to explain. He just snuggled into the soft hay of his bed. His mother noticed he wasn't feeling well. She put him to bed and made him some chamomile tea. 1 tablespoon to be taken at bedtime, she said gently, but Flopsy, Mopsy and Cottontail, who had been very good bunnies, had a wonderful supper of bread and milk and fresh blackberries they had gathered. Peter, however, also brought something back from his adventure. Tucked away in his pockets were the delicious vegetables he had gathered from the garden. Though he had been through a scary ordeal, his family would have a feast for days to come. Far away, in Mr. McGregor's garden, the sun began to set. And hanging from a stick, fluttering in the breeze, was a little blue jacket with brass buttons. Mr. McGregor had found it and used it to make a scarecrow, a permanent reminder of the little rabbit who dared to visit his garden. Peter never forgot his frightening adventure, but as he drifted off to sleep, he dreamt of crunchy radishes and the sweet taste of freedom. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more wonderful stories.